Three, two, one. Pressing the button and you are live.
Alrighty. What is up, gamers? We are going to we're gonna play some video games tonight. Hope you're ready. Let me click this real quick. And I guess if we're ready to go, I guess I'll start. Timing starts on the selection of whatever new save file. We're gonna start on file C because that's just what I'm feeling today. So on go. 3, 2, 1, go. Alrighty. So, Pokemon Rumble. This is a WiiWare game. It came out in 2009 by the same makers of Pokemon Channel. They're named Umbrella. I don't know if they're still making games now, but Pokemon Channel is pretty sick. So, you know that they're in pretty good hands. It was basically just a tech demo game. They wanted to test out a new kind of art style for Pokemon, and they decided to go with this weird direction of playing as toy Pokemon. And we just kind of are going to be running around and playing the game. So typically in a regular 90% run, which this is not, it would just be us going through the first difficulty, which is normal, which is going through the first 4 ranks and beating the last rank, and that's it. But for complete the game, we're gonna be beating all the difficulties, and it's essentially all battle royales. So we're gonna be beating normal, advanced, and EX, and get to the end screen. And that's what the difference is for this category compared to a regular 90% run. So this is like a full game speed run compared to just beating one of the difficulties. So we're going to be seeing some pretty cool stuff, especially since this is no passwords. Passwords are a code that Nintendo put into the game that we were able to put into the game ourselves. And they gave us just a particular Pokemon, ranging from some stuff that wasn't as helpful, like just some of the starter Pokemon, but it can also give us some pretty useful Pokemon that would help us in the speedrun, but we're not going to be using that in this run. So we're strictly going to be using just whatever the game's going to give us, instead of whatever we know is fast. So the stages that we're going to be going to is a little bit different from passwords, and also just like the strats that we're going to be using. There's also a lot of adaptability and just game knowledge that I'm going to have to know and kind of vary throughout this run, especially with going through every difficulty. We'll get into the specifics when we get there. There's a lot that we're going to be talking about, especially going into Advanced and EX, because those are very unexplored difficulties, especially in the speedrunning side of things. But there's definitely some strats that make it pretty quick and make it pretty easy as well. This game is a pretty beginner-friendly game. It's called a Battle Royale style free roaming beat 'em up game is pretty much what it's called. Like, it's the genre. But we go to these 6 stages, and there's going to be Pokemon in all the stages, and we can run around, beat them up if we want. We can run past them if we don't want to beat them up. And sometimes they'll drop and sometimes they won't. There's going to be certain instances where sometimes Pokemon will always drop. If it's a shiny Pokemon, it will drop. There's sparkly tinted Pokemon, which literally just there's like sparkly stars surrounding the Pokemon. It'll be surrounding it, and that'll mean that it will drop if you kill it. Sometimes it'll just drop randomly, and there's also moves that'll help Pokemon drop as well. that animation right there means that the boss drops specifically, but we don't need to worry about this thing. He always drops. This is all just a tutorial explaining how the game works. We're gonna be able to skip a lot of these cutscenes and stuff that we're seeing right now after this. So the beginning of the game is just, we wanted to get through just all that tutorial. Beating that beginning battle royale that I died and lost at like 2 minutes into the run. It's not humanly possible to beat that, but someone made a theoretical task if you were to beat it. And the game lets you go into the next rank, but it doesn't let you go into the rank after that. So the game has a built-in way to fix it, technically. It's just interesting, to say the least. So what I'm trying to do in this room is I want to get a Pokemon that will help me go through the rest of this rank somewhat smoothly. Whitney Prairie is one of the shorter stages out of the 6 that we can go out of the 6 that we can visit, it generally will have Pokemon that will have some useful moves or are generally pretty quick. So our best form of movement is just typical walk speed of a Pokemon, just because that reduces the amount of lag that's going to be in the game, because there is lag in this game, and a lot of it. So any Pokemon that has a fast walk speed, we'll want to prioritize getting over anything, but we're also going to want to prioritize having Pokemon with really good moves. So moves that will help us with speed, like Quick Attack, Aqua Tail, and Iron Tail, are very useful, both for doing the fights for bosses and stuff like that. Good, but it helps us project into the stage faster than walking sometimes if your Pokemon doesn't have a fast walking speed. So, sorry, I just like went to a blank. Oh yeah, Quick Attack. So we want to try and get Pokemon that will give us those moves that'll make the stages a little bit faster, or that have generally pretty decent moves and are pretty quick. And for rank C, after we finish the tutorial, that counts as one of our stages that we need to complete. So Windy Prairie has like pretty okay Pokemon. It has some pretty good options if you get later into the stage with Dodrio and Fearow. But typically you want to get a Doduo with Quick Attack. But this Spearow is actually a pretty good power, and Peck is the best move that it can have to do damage. So this is not a bad option at all. We don't have too much more of rank C to do, so getting a move that will help us go through stages faster isn't as necessary as later ranks. So, oh hey, look, and that Vulpix has Quick Attack. It's pretty nifty. Not really necessary. So, the reason that I need to go to certain stages is in order to enter the Battle Royale for each rank, we have to have a certain power Pokemon. Perfect. And in order to get those power Pokemon that we need, we have to beat stages. The more stages that you beat, the more powerful Pokemon will become, etc. So we want to try and beat the least amount of stages possible. So typically if you beat 3 stages and then go into the 4th stage, you'll be able to grind for that power that you need and get the power that you need generally pretty quickly. You can get it pretty quickly like I did in the 1st stage, but sometimes it can vary. That's one of the big RNG aspects of the run that can lose a lot of time, or obviously just lose the run or whatever. Getting a Machop is actually really good. It's the best Pokemon that we can get, but Low Kick is not a great move. This power is pretty good, so that'll help a little bit with the damage ranges, because there are damage ranges in this game. But low kick is a gimmick move that is dependent on the weight of the Pokemon. So if I get Pokemon that are not heavy, like Marowak, it'll take like 3 hits to kill them when it obviously shouldn't. So we'll see what Pokemon we get to spawn here. Squirtle's not great either. Okay. So they take, the Battle Royales are just, they take a wave from each stage in the rank, even if you haven't gone to it. Oops, I'm missing. And they just take a random selection of the Pokemon that can show up in that stage. And yeah, that's literally just it. And you just got to beat them up. They give you 3 lives. That shows at the bottom. So if I pick this Pokemon right, so if I went into the Battle Royale with this Machop, I can't switch out the Machop until it dies or I beat the Battle Royale. So you have to pick your Pokemon wisely for sure. And I'm going to stay into this Machop. If I had something a little faster, I would switch back into it to continue onwards. But I don't really have anything too much faster than what I have right here. So I'm just going to go on with this. This would be where it would be like nicer if I got Fearow or Dodrio, or if I got Zoduo with Quick Attack. Honestly, it'd be a little bit more helpful in early rank B. I don't really care to get a Pidgey. Pidgey doesn't have a good attack stat. The way that they went about giving stats in this game was just a basic dot system. So they gave a Pokemon a dot of 1 through 5. I don't think there's anything with 0. So everything has a dot of 1 through 5, and Pidgey has a dot for attack, so it's not really great in an attack stat. Here's Quick Attack, that's good. So I like to skip the beginning of that stage and just kind of go through those weaker Pokemon, and then get Pidgeotto, whose attack stat is a little bit better. It's a little faster, stronger, everything. The power is more likely to be higher as well. And use him instead. This power isn't too great though. 122 is not great. The power that we need to get in rank B is 200, but typically the power that we can get is pretty low. Like we can get like a 170 pretty easily within the first stage. So this is just not great RNG, but that's okay. Getting Quick Attack is still better than getting nothing. Rank B is also a good showcase of, for whatever reason, this game has, again, it has that cap of you have to beat a certain amount of stages before you can get the power that you need to spawn. So in this rank, normal rank B, I'm unlucky, you can get the 200 power in the 3rd stage instead of the 4th stage. It's just luck based. Typically it's one of the evolved Pokemon, like not Coughing, Wheezing, Kadabra, Haunter, or Electabuzz, which is the boss. However, that's not really too helpful in this category, just because we need to rely on the Pokemon that we get so much. If we get a Pokemon that has the power that we need but doesn't have really anything good for the Battle Royale, we're going to be in kind of a pickle where I'm not going to really know what to do, in the sense of I can't really fight the Battle Royale with something that's not great. So I need to get the power fast, but I also need to make sure that I'm getting stuff for the Battle Royale and for the boss fights, because I'm losing a lot of time in this boss fight just because I'm not able to kill him as fast, right? Just because the Pidgeotto could have been a lot stronger. But you know, that's RNG. So yeah, there's lots of smaller sides of RNG in this game than like kind of your obvious big Pokemon, like Pokemon RNG aspects, I suppose. We also only have 2 moves, so you can only have 2 moves. The Pokemon that we're fighting against will only have 1, but we can only possess 2. We are able to buy moves, and we might be doing that later, depending on the RNG that we get. And you can also buy Pokemon because we're toys. But again, that's kind of situational for this category. It's somewhat more useful for this category, especially if there's like an instance where I didn't get anything great for the Battle Royale. It's good to get that for backup. Ooh, that's not good. So here's like an instance of like, I have been killing stuff because I have quick attack and whatnot. Oh hey, speak of the devil. But sometimes the game just doesn't want to give me Pokemon, doesn't want to get me to either have them spawn in front of me or to die, or they won't die just because my Pokemon aren't strong enough or whatever. I don't want to waste too much time trying to get Pokemon that I'm not going to be using in the Battle Royale. But in instances like this where I died, I literally had nothing else to switch into. So there's lots of takes and gives with this category. Quick attack isn't the best thing to have on this Rapidash. Rapidash's walk speed is fine. This is just kind of not a strong move, but it's okay. Its power kind of makes up for it. So we didn't get the early 200, not a big deal. We're just going to go back into Fiery Furnace. It doesn't matter the 4th stage that you do enter. It just has to be a 4th stage. And I like the Pokemon in Fiery Furnace more. They're generally all of the Pokemon that you can get, nice, can be the power first of all, and then are pretty easy to use in the Battle Royale. They all have pretty good moves. None of them are kind of bad or anything. And the reason that I'm taking this SD here is the only reason, or the only way to like save what Pokemon you collect in a stage is to either complete the stage or to die. And similar to Battle Royales, we have 3 lives, so we just have to lose our 3 lives as fast as possible once we get the power, and then we'll be able to save what we collected. Because if I just exit the terminal, it wouldn't save. And the Growlithe has Ember. That is the best move that it can have, so that's good. Growlithe is typically like the last Pokemon you would want from the like 3, which is like Ponyta, Voltorb, or Growlithe. But it's definitely not bad to get. It's just not the best because it's slower. This Battle Royale is also set up differently. Instead of having like the different waves and then the 3 bosses spawn, we actually have 4 bosses. And in order to spawn the 4th boss, we have to have one of the other bosses die. So I want to make sure that I'm spawning these waves fast, but I'm also wanting to make sure that I don't die, first of all. Can kill off a boss before the end of this wave that I'm in right now. Otherwise, I'd be losing time. So typically I'll go for the Alakazam just because Alakazam is the weakest, has the lowest defense, but Gengar is also pretty low defense. Alright. That was pretty good. Pretty standard run-of-the-mill rank B Battle Royale right there. And I luckily have this pretty good Pokemon for speed, so I'm definitely not going to have to worry about getting a speed Pokemon for the beginning of rank A. I just want to try and get a Persian. So we used to try and get these Pidgeotos just because, like in the rank before, it has Quick Attack. But Quick Attack isn't as valuable as Walk Speed. And also, Persian is typically way better. It has a lot better moveset options and is stronger than Pidgeotto. So I want to just get a Pidgeotto or Persian or two because their walk speed's better and they're stronger and they're good. So let's just try and get one here. Wow, okay. Or Tauros. Tauros is one of the rare Pokemon that can spawn. On top of like whatever the Pokemon that generally spawn in the stage, that you can also get some rare Pokemon. Dang. Okay. And world record for this category is 2 hours and 23 minutes. And 6 seconds. No Persian yet. There we go. Power's a little low. That moveset is fine. The game didn't seem to want to give me the Persian, so getting one is totally fine. The best move that we can get for Persian is Fury Swipes and Bite. Just because Bite will give us type coverage for the next boss, and Fury Swipes is really good in this game. It does a lot of damage. Its DPS is really high. It's and the meta for boss fights is a lot different than like battle royales and movement in the stages. There's a lot of different moves that can be useful in stages, and battle royales are pretty basic, to say the least, in terms of what's good. But the boss fights definitely are definitely more intricate in terms of like what moves are best. We'll see some pretty crazy stuff later in advanced. So I'm just going through Eternal Tower. I didn't really get to specify the reason that I'm going to Eternal Tower and Fiery Furnace as well as Windy Prairie, because Windy Prairie, like I said earlier, was it has generally has fast Pokemon that have decent moves. Stab is also pretty helpful, which just means it has the same type coverage. So like if I'm a normal type Pokemon, I'm using a normal type move, it'll give me a boost. I'm gonna make sure this doesn't hit me. Okay. But Fiery Furnace and Eternal Tower are both really short stages compared to Rocky Cave and Bright Beach and Xyloid Forest. And that's just either in terms of the length of the rooms, or I believe Bright Beach and Rocky Cave both have an extra stage. Might be Silent Forest though. But yeah, so typically these stages are shorter. There's going to be instances where we're going to go to different stages later in the run. Again, advanced and EX are way more intricate than normal, but normal is pretty much just like getting ourselves set up to get to the hard part of the run. And also rank A in normal doesn't really have great Pokemon in it. The power that we need to get is 400 instead of 300, like it was going up 100 before. Now it's going up 200. So the Pokemon, like the power leveling is kind of weird. So just the Pokemon that we can get aren't that great. They don't learn great moves. They're not great stat-wise. So we don't really want or need too much of anything. Let's see what this Ember. I'll switch him out. Just because this will be a lot faster for this fight. I'm gonna not do that. Switch back into the Persian, just because I want to still keep that speed element. This power grind is also very, very annoying in rank A. I'm gonna, if there is any donations or anything, this is a good time to do it. Rank A is really annoying. Ooh. Okay. So I'm going to be skipping any of the slowpokes because they literally can't be the power that I need unless they're shiny, which is possible to get. I've gotten it before, but yeah. So I'm skipping all the slowpoke, but I'm killing everything else. I can pretty much work with anything else that I can get here other than Slowbro. So I really don't want to have to get a Slowbro, but it's looking like I might have to. This is like a typical rank A as well. This happens a lot. Ooh, okay. That's actually really good. So that lets me talk about special traits. So kind of similar to natures in the regular Pokemon games, except not every Pokemon will have natures, or not every Pokemon will have a special trait. Special traits just kind of give boosts to different stats or elements of the game. So, for instance, this punchy Clefable is going to have higher attack than a normal one. So my pound's going to be doing more, which is good. There is a special trait that's called Speedy. Obviously, sounds really good. And it just boosts the normal walking speed of that Pokemon. If we can get any of those, that'd be really nice as well. Or anything that boosts our attack, like Agility, Rock Polish. But honestly, the fact that this thing has Punchy is really nice. It kind of negates the fact that it took a little bit to get it, and the fact that it's a Clefable. Because generally, Clefable isn't the best. It's not terrible to get it. You just really would rather get a Machoke. But this attack plus is really, really nice. I also want to take this to like touch on the fact that even though this is a WiiWare game, there's multiple ways of getting this game still, and also a lot of ways of speedrunning the game. There's so many resources in terms of how to get the game. We also have a Discord for Pokemon Rumble. It's pretty new and has a lot of different aspects to it. We have our shiny hunters, our researchers, and our speedrunners. So it's pretty cozy. If you want to learn anything about Rumble or like how to get it or whatever, and that goes for other Pokemon games, other Pokemon Rumble games too. This is the first one of, I believe there's 5 Pokemon Rumble: Blast, Ryu, World, and there was Rumble Rush, which was a mobile game that doesn't exist anymore. So, in my opinion, this is the best one, and if you haven't played it, you definitely should. There was a fan game that was also made called Pokemon Rumble Weekend Edition. It's very cool. It incorporates Generation 2 and 3 Pokemon as well as 1 and 4, which is what this game has. So it's pretty cool. Ooh, okay. That's not bad. So what I want to try and get here is something with agility. Dodrio and Furo have really good speed stats and can also have pretty good moves, like this Dodrio. So they're also good to get those Pokemon for that reason as well. But agility is like by far the most useful thing that we can get. We can even use an agility Pokemon that's really weak later in the run, just because it'll help us go through the stages faster. Especially in the stages that like we don't really need as many Pokemon. So we'll be on the lookout for sure. And also the harder the difficulty and like the more Pokemon is going to be spawning into the stage. So Quick Attack is going to be losing its shimmer, I guess. I don't know how else to describe it. It's not going to be looking as helpful because it's going to cause more lag and it's going to make us hit more Pokemon. So we want to be wary of that as well. Maybe I need to be a little careful here. If I can get an Aerodactyl, that'd be nice. Ooh, that works too. Maybe. Sometimes their moveset's not great. Let's see. Fire Punch and Roost. Not bad. Not useful, but not bad. Good backup, right? Ooh, Techie. Techie is, it'll boost the attack of weaker moves. So, it'd be better for this particular Electrode to have, like, Spark instead of, like, Thunder or something, most likely. Tackle and Rollout. Good moveset. Okay, I'm actually gonna get this, because this could be pretty useful. That's not useful at all. What in the world? Okay. Generally, your Charizard will have a really good moveset and be very helpful, but this is the opposite of that. I will stay in because... Okay, that's much better. So Charizard is a very fast, has one of the highest speed stats in the game. It has a very good move pool range, and it's just really strong. Busted, really. So getting a Charizard is pretty helpful. I like to get one. And also, to circle back in terms of like how to make the chance of getting Pokemon to drop. So other ways to like make the chance, I guess, higher is by having higher crit chances. So there's some special traits that'll give you high crit chances, but there's also moves like Slash or Focus Energy that'll boost the crit chances of any of your moves. But having a high crit chance will give you more likely odds of having a Pokemon to drop. So having Slash is pretty useful as well. It'll give us more chances of Pokemon to drop, which will be helpful in our Pokemon grind section. Not too concerned about the Pokemon here. And Slash is really, really good. There's no end lag. It's just fast as heck. Oops, that hit me. So as long as I can get to this boss pretty quickly without taking any more damage, yeah, we're good. Should be pretty fine. It's fine. Ooh. Got the Zapdos to drop. No! What the heck? Controller Johns. Alright. Peck is fine. I am going to switch back into the Charizard just to make the odds a little bit better for me. Punchy, interesting. We got our 600 power, cool. Alright, that was good. So now we're just going to do our SD. And see what moves we got, because I have no clue. Okay, we got moves that I can work with, but I think I want to use that Electrode. I believe the Electrode with a Punchy Electrode is probably better, but I didn't see the moves it had. Shockwave, okay, now. We're just going to use this Rapidash. This is definitely fine. Alright. So this is, in terms of lore for this game, which there is a little bit of, what's happening, like, every time we go into the Battle Royale, or each rank, sorry, is, like, we get the mysterious, like, ooh, spooky boy in Battle Royale, we have to beat him, we have to become the strongest, whatever. We may or may not find out who that Pokemon is at the end of this Battle Royale. That's all I'm saying. Because this would be the end of your typical 90% run. Oh, he didn't die? What the heck? Get out of here. He had to have been at like 1. Maybe 2. Okay. So for this, rank A, it went back to the formula of those 3 bosses. They'll spawn eventually, whatever. But this has 4 bosses. We're not done. You can see you can actually see the counter of like how many Pokemon we have to kill or beat, whatever. We still have more. These are not the last 3. Oh my gosh, it's Mewtwo. Who would have thunk it? Be careful there. Ooh. He caught me. Okay. Hitting them into the borders actually does like a bunch of damage to them. It'll do some damage to you, but not nearly as much. But it's a good strat. But yeah, so that's the end of the normal section. Our like super speed run, try to get as fast as possible. That was actually a really good time, a 40:16. Is really good for that. The world record for that is a 38:38, so that was pretty good. This is the only unskippable part of the run. Like we'll be like we'll be beating more difficulties and we'll be able to skip all the credits and everything. But this is the only one that we like can't skip. So again, if there are any donations, or if you feel able to donate to the cause, it's definitely a really good cause. And cool. I actually didn't even know about this particular cause until this marathon, so pretty good stuff. But yeah.
Just to clarify, that cause is Stack Up. It is to help. Hold on. I'm like tired still, so I apologize. It is for the mental health of veterans through gaming. Most of the information is in the exclamation point charity command, which I will do now. And if you are able to, please donate. It would help a lot. If not, that's perfectly okay.
We all understand in these trying times for sure. Okay. So now that the game's been dramatic and gave us our next coming soon, whatever the heck you want to call it, a new battle will begin. And now we're going to be showing off some advanced. So, completely different from normal. We're starting off in Windy Prairie. We luckily don't have any tutorials or anything we have to worry about with that. What the heck? Feisty solar beams. Solar beam's an interesting move. Okay. Baniri is the big one that I want to try and get right here. There aren't any birds that I care about. Advanced is just, it's going to be not recycled, but it's going to be the same, our 6 stages. We're going to be trying to go into the stages as fast as possible, beat our ranks. But now we're going to start trying to get set up for our EX, and we're also going to try and beat this pretty difficult like setting of the game relatively quickly with what we can get. So to put it into perspective, we end the game in normal mode at power 600, and the Pokemon that we're fighting here are starting at like 700 to 800, like at the very minimum. But typically you're going to be getting Pokemon that are around 8 to 900 at the start. So the Pokemon like just agility, jump. Okay, cool, great. So just the power of the Pokemon get a lot higher. So the Pokemon that we got in normal pretty much are null, void. We don't really have to worry about them anymore. They're money, if anything. That drop is probably unnecessary, but getting agility is pretty hype. Not gonna lie. Headbutt, that's not bad. But yeah, so there's some similar strats that we're going to be using compared to normal, but the Pokemon that we're going to be given the chance to use, are completely different from what we were using in normal. So there's going to be some similarities. The stages are still faster, like the same stages are still faster, but sometimes the bosses or the Pokemon that are available in those stages just aren't good enough, and we just don't want to go to those stages. That's not the case in rank C, but in the rest of Advanced, we're going to be going to a bunch of different stages. But yeah, this is like the power of agility. Baneri is not the fastest Pokemon in the game, but with agility, its speed stat is just fantastic with just a little boost of speed. Oops, okay. It really just helps get through these stages like way faster. I don't have to worry about like nearly as much in terms of like just trying to avoid stuff when I have agility. Now I have to keep in mind that I want to make sure I have Pokemon for fighting, but the reason that I don't care as much is because Jump Kick is so busted. It's probably the best move in the game, in my opinion, overall. But it's really, really good. It does a lot of damage. So agility Jump Kick is like one of the best things that we can get. So yeah, we're just going to be going straight through this. I don't really have to worry about getting Pokemon for fighting right now. We'll get that in a second. I'll kill what's in my way just because I can, but it's really not that big of a deal. We got the strats. So similar to normal rank B, we can actually get the 1000 power, because the power that we need in Advanced is 1000. We can get the 1000 power from this Mismagius. It's very rare that it happens, but it can happen. I'm going to grab some of this money just in case. Alrighty. So that can happen. Don't really know how great that would be, because Mismagius can have not great moves. So we probably still would want to come back and get some Pokemon for fighting. So we're going back in here just because the Pokemon that we can get... so power grinding in any of the ranks in Advanced is a chore. It's very difficult, and it's very... it's just more luck-based, honestly. That was the game saying, no, it's not. But it really is. It's really inconsistent, and there is some... I've made the most consistent ways that I can in order to get the powers that we need. But it's all up to, you know, how the game wants to work with me. That was really good, though. Slash is perfect. So we just need to get our 1000 power Pokemon. I skipped the first couple rooms just because those Pokemon aren't good enough. They're not going to give me the power, and they're not going to have the moves I really care about. So I'm not going to worry about making them drop. We're just going to go into later into the stage where the Pokemon are a little stronger, like Skuntank and Drapion, and they're more likely to be what I need, which they were. So perfect. This also is going to show off the differences of the Battle Royales. There's going to be a lot more Pokemon, and they're also going to be a lot stronger. And the Battle Royales are going to be a lot harder as well. So I need to play very carefully in these Battle Royales and also make sure that I have some good backups. Luckily, again, rank C is pretty forgiving. I have some good Pokemon. And I have Jump Kick, so... However, that's unfortunate. Okay. Always want to make sure you get Water Pulse Pokemon out of there. Confusion is really irritating in this game. And Pokemon with, what's it called? I know the word. Strong armor, I guess. Just sometimes they can just have super armor, and if you hit them, they won't get stunned. And right off the bat, we're having a completely different Battle Royale setting. We have all the Rotom forms as our boss, instead of just 3 bosses. So, completely different right there. I'm going to let them kind of duke it out for a little bit, kill the Pokemon that are at the side, and let them do their thing. And then kind of pick them off. Just because of the move that I have, I don't have the best move to deal with them. But this is a valid setting, or a valid way to do this fight. Ah, that's unfortunate. That's okay. So now that I died, I'm just going to go into the Baniri and jump kick. It's a very safe move. It does a lot of damage, even though I'm pretty weak compared to these Pokemon. And also, since I'm jumping off the ground, it gives me some invincibility frames, because it's like, oh yeah, you jumped. So you don't have to get hit by the move. My favorite Pokemon's probably... I have to probably I'm like obligated to say Trico because I have a tattoo of it on me, but I have a lot of favorite Pokemon. I'll eventually have more tattoos of more Pokemon. But that's rank C. So, since I have agility, I'm going to be trying my best to use this to my advantage as much as possible. It's going to be very difficult, because advance is difficult, but it's possible. So I'm not going to worry as much about my speed Pokemon as I normally would. I'm going to try and make sure I get Pokemon for fighting so that I can make up for not worrying about speed Pokemon, I guess. So I typically would be doing this anyway, though. I don't need to worry about the beginning Pokemon for most of the advanced stages, but the later Pokemon are typically pretty good. Perugly is very good. Generally, normal and fighting type Pokemon in this game are pretty good. Same thing with flying types. Just they have pretty good moves. They're all usually pretty fast. Let's see, slash and fake out. Good, perfect. And it's just generally pretty useful overall. So, Perugly is very fast, as you can see. It's pretty quick compared to the Baniri with agility. And then it has Stab Slash, which is just does a lot of damage to the bosses. I'm gonna put a heart on Baniri. This is just gonna help me with menuing later. Putting a heart just makes it so whenever I go into my menu, it's gonna put those Pokemon up at the start, because it auto menus your Pokemon by power. So since we're going like stronger and stronger, my Baniri is gonna be lower and lower. Okay. Also, shout outs to Baniri, honestly. Baniri is like dummy cute. And I'm also gonna touch back on Rumble Weekend Edition because I didn't really get to talk too much about it. So it was created by Absol, I think it's Twitch's Absoltastic, but he has basically just gotten the game's coding, and there is already models for Generation 2 and 3 Pokemon in here already. So he made an extra rank that included those Generation 2 and 3 Pokemon as well. And then, like, within time, it's going to be updates that'll showcase more, like, Battle Royales and stuff like that. So it's going to be really cool. content for the game. And it recently got a Spearon.com page, which includes all categories that you could do differently from Rumble. So it has like your any percent with the Generation 2 Pokemon and collect them all, and it has a lot of fun categories for it. And also it'll have your information on how to get the game and everything as well, which is all just like linked in the Spearon.com page for Pokemon Rumble. This is I told you we were going to a different stage. I can probably, if I felt like it, I could go for some Kricketune. Yeah, I'll go for some Kricketune. Oh, doesn't matter if they hit me. Dang. So Kricketune and Raichu are pretty okay. They can have some good moves, and they can be pretty useful, honestly, if you're in a tight pinch. But they're not too. It's honestly like not that big of a deal. Let's see. That's good. Scrappy is also a high crit. Special trait. So Scrappy does is like a lot higher, and then Gutsy is way higher crit rate or something. So one is like more than the other, but oh, that's what you didn't want. Okay, that's fine. Okay. The death was fine. I was going to switch back into the Baneri anyway. Okay. So, we've completed our 3 stages. We're going to go back into the Fiery Furnace. The Pokemon in rank B are not great. I could go into Windy Prairie again. It's just the Pokemon are typically not the power that I need. So it's kind of an issue. So the power is definitely more important in this rank. So that's what I'm going to be worrying about more. Let them kill me. We're gonna use this Kricketune since it's gonna help me get the drops a little bit more likely. I might honestly use this guy in the Battle Royale as well. X-Scissor is a very, very good move. Nice. Perfect. That's good. So I'm just gonna let them kill me now. That's actually really good. Thundershock is perfect. You typically don't want some of the more powerful moves like Thunderbolt, just because lag is end lag and startup lag and stuff like that is so important in this game. Having a faster move like Ember, Thundershock is just more important and more useful. Like this Magneton, I was fully prepared to not use it. Because typically they don't have the best moves, but this is a pretty good moveset. Okay. This is a pretty luck-based beginning. Like, this beginning is very dependent on what spawns. Shieldon is so bulky and annoying, and same with Magneton. Luckily, we didn't get too many Magneton, but we got a lot of Shieldon. But we got a lot of Ghastly, so that was fine. So this battle royale starts with it has 4 bosses. We do see like a trailer or whatever of like the bosses of the battle royale at the beginning, but I mashed through it. Which I haven't really been talking too much about, like the particular menuing, but we'll get into that later. But the 4 bosses, they spawn 2 at a time, and I honestly like don't worry too much about the bosses when they first spawn, because Bastiodon is such a troll. He's really, really, really bulky, and he does a lot of damage, but it's mainly the fact that it flinches. It's really irritating. So I kind of just hope that other Pokemon like fight with him and stuff like that, and I hope that he just gets damage dealt to him through that way. And it typically works out in my favor for the most part. He needs to get out of my way, but the longer the Pokemon will stay alive, they're more likely to just come and attack you, as you can see. I want him to just fight something else, but he's not. There you go. Whoops. Okay. But yeah, so getting being able to get anything into a stun lock is very, very, very important in beating these guys, in beating the battle royales. It's like mainly the only thing that we care about is getting those stun locks. I'll go on to the next rank. So I actually don't even know what Pachirisu has, but I know that you just want Lopunny. Yeah. Okay. So we got our Lopunny. That is a very, oh, the power is fine. It's fine for what I need. If I die with this Baniri, I'll probably get another one. But ideally I won't, right? I think this Baniri is gonna be the MVP of the run. I'm feeling it. I have to be very careful though. A lot of the Pokemon that are going to be in Windy Prairie from now on, once rank A is when the difficulty spike just starts to really climb. The Pokemon, I've never really stated it, but as the difficulties progressed, even in normal, the Pokemon's moves take less time to charge up, and they'll do more damage, and so on and so forth. But, whoa, that was weird. I got licked while I got hit by that boss at the same time. That was whack. But as we go through each rank, everything is getting getting a little bit better, pretty much. And the difficulty spikes really show that. And part of the difficulty spike for advanced starts in advanced, rank A. Everything starts to just get better. All the Pokemon in every stage is pretty good. Have good moves. They can they move pretty quickly throughout the stage or whatever. They have fast acting moves. They're just scarier. So especially now, it's going to be a lot scarier to move throughout these stages with this Baneri especially. So I might not even start doing it once we get to like a rank S, but we'll see how this goes. Because if I play well, it's fine. It's just sometimes it doesn't matter. I also want to get some Gengars, if it's possible. So that's fine that I died. Because I really do want to try and get some Gengars if it's possible early. And Lopunny has pretty fast walking speed. Eternal Tower is another really short stage as well. The reason we haven't gone to it in some of the other stages, or the reason we didn't go into the last rank, was because the boss is ridiculously powerful, or powerful as in bulky. So we just don't deal with it. But the stage itself is easily the shortest stage in the game. Okay. So it's okay that I was taking some time to try and get some Pokemon, but I'm really gonna want some Gengars because in order to like really have a chance to beat the Battle Royale at the end of the game, to beat the last Battle Royale, I'm gonna want some Pokemon with Nightshade or Seismic Toss. Nightshade is generally a lot easier to do it with. The reason Nightshade is because it's a ranged move, so I can get distance from Pokemon that are scary, and also it does a lot of damage to Pokemon that are more powerful. So the more powerful the Pokemon that I'm fighting, the more damage I'm going to be doing to them, which is helpful. Just want to make sure I didn't die. I kind of want to get a Monferno, but it's not a priority. Using the Baneri is honestly a somewhat better option, just because I'll get more hits in. Ooh, I just heard my mice. My mice be running around, making a ruckus. Alright. Rank A also has an option or a chance of getting the 1500 power, because the power that we need is 1500. It has an option of getting the 1500 power from the Infernape. That's also very rare. It's not something to like rely on, but it's a big time save if you get something with like a good move. But I'm just going to skip through these first couple of rooms, just because I don't really need to worry about these Pokemon. The Pokemon I'm going to be able to get in these later rooms are going to be super good. If they can drop, that'd be sick. Okay. Perfect. Ooh, good. We got Earthquake. Perfect. So it's ideal to get Earthquake and Rock Slide. Or not Rock Slide, Rock Blast. But Earthquake by itself is more than fine. And we have another one with Rock Blast, so we have backup. Alrighty. So this Battle Royale is I wouldn't say the hardest, but it's definitely difficult. It's obviously one of the harder ones for advanced because it's the second hardest difficulty. Blah. But I would say in like normal mode, A rank battle royale is definitely not like one of the harder ones. But in advanced, it's definitely tricky. These bosses right here, they will just annihilate anything that you put in front of it. And it's very scary. There's a lot of Pokemon that control you. A lot of stuff that can go wrong. And I do some risky stuff to make it so I don't have that many Pokemon. So I need to be very careful. Having this Torterra come for me like this, spooky. But I did get that set up pretty good. So you want to make sure that you get one of those bosses to die relatively quickly, just because you need them. You need one of them to die in order to spawn the next wave. But you really need to make sure you don't get hit, because Torterra will outspeed you in almost any move that you have if you're standing too close to it. But Earthquake is very good, as you can see. Okay. I'm gonna play it a little safe here as well. Make sure I don't get hit by any of these confusion boys. Okay, cool. That went really well. So we can stunlock Darkrai now with just Earthquake. Earthquake is like a really good example of just a different kind of move that you wouldn't really use anywhere else other than the Battle Royales. But it's really, really good in the Battle Royales. Alrighty. So, now with rank A done, we're going to go into the hardest rank in the game. S rank advanced. I'm going to try my best to not die in these first couple rooms. And that would be great. Alright, looking good. Okay, yeah, we're good. I want to make sure I get an Infernape. Because Infernape is very good. It's very fast. It has very good move pool, and I mean that's really all you could ask for. Other than for one to drop. Thank you. That's fine. Mach Punch is not exactly what I want, but it's fine. It's just soft, close combat, pretty much. Ooh, I got paralyzed? Unfortunate. Okay. Maybe I can get one of those Infernape to come on over here. And drop. Because ideally I will get close combat. That'd be really nice. Alright, that's okay. Mach Punch is still good. We're just going to need to rely a little bit more on Baneri, and that's okay. Because that means we're going to speedrun. Try to. Windy Prairie is probably the hardest stage to survive in any single stage. So let's see here. Or single room. Ooh! It would be kind of nice to get... Ooh! Yeah. It'd be kind of nice to get a Staraptor, so it's okay. Yeah, I don't have like the best Pokemon for this. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. Ooh, okay. We got agility. Again. It's basically irrelevant at this point. This is one of the last movement sections of the game. But this is very nice for the end. Nice little buffer. I'm gonna go for safe strats also, so that we have a little bit easier time. Sometimes you just gotta pull them all out. Pull out all the strats. Oh, we got Lucario. That's actually pretty sick. Interesting moveset, to say the least. Very interesting moveset. Okay. Ooh! Okay, yeah. So, Gliscor and Honchkrow are like the spookiest boys. The absolute spookiest boys. Oh, wait, I have you. Let's go. So this is what agility looks like on an even faster Pokemon. I'm gonna try again. I'm trying to get some Gengars and Dust Noirs. That's actually fine. Doesn't have Nightshade, but... Oh, he did the thing! He did the attack cancel. Hit me into it. Thank you. Very nice. Okay. We got some Dust Noirs. No, okay. No Nightshade, that's okay. So I want to get a either some Golem or some Machamps here. I can get Rhyperior as well, I think. But typically Golem is the one that has Earthquake. So since I'm already at that point where I can't get those Pokemon, I'm just gonna go to the end of the stage. If I see some Pokemon that are worth going for, I'm gonna get them now, but I have not. Okay, there we go. Here's some. It's in the other one. Ice Punch is good for this fight. If we can get the Garchomp to drop, that'd be nice, but it's not necessary. Sometimes they can have not great moves, but typically Garchomps will have pretty okay movesets. And it's a pretty good Pokemon. Good attack and speed. Dang. I'm gonna grab this money. So now we're gonna try and get our 1800. The power that we need to get here is 1800, and I want to try and get as many Nightshade Pokemon as I can. I'll let this SD happen. Stop giving me the Bronzong. Come on. There we go. Wow. The Ricochet. This is good for grinding. This is just unlucky right here, really. Nothing's just dropping for me. And I'm not really getting great spawns, not like I got a lot of Bronzong. Might just take this... Wow, okay. So since I'm doing safe strats, I'm just gonna do this, I think. Let's see here, actually. I don't actually know if I have the Pokemon to fight this. Yeah, I don't really. Let's see if I can buy something. Okay. Okay. We're gonna work with this. So the reason that I want Nightshade is because Nightshade's gonna be helping me in the EX Battle Royales. It pretty much makes the EX Battle Royales possible. They're very, very difficult. And so what I did there was I bought some Pokemon, and then you're able to buy Pokemon moves as long as they're not on your Wiimote, which we don't have that. So I bought a random move, and it gave me Earthquake, which is very good, and I replaced it. So that's how the move systems work with this game. What the fuck was that? Sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I just I guess I fat fingered a button. It scared me. Okay. So what's happening here is that the bosses of the Battle Royale spawn. However, are they really the bosses? Question mark. I guess I'll let you guys decide that. But we're just gonna chill here for a second. Very nice. That's fine. All right. So those are advanced battle royales. So now we're gonna move on to EX. So like I said, we were able to skip all that. Skip, 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 skip. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. So what I'm gonna do, instead of our typical strat, which would be, we would do most of the grinding for the Pokemon that we're gonna be using in the Battle Royale in Advanced, but I'm gonna give myself a little bit of a leeway and give myself some stronger Pokemon so that I can take some more hits. So I'm gonna get my Pokemon in EX. Hopefully I get some not terrible RNG and I can get the Pokemon that I need to spawn pretty quickly. Might wanna... Might be my interest to kill some Haunters as well. This Haunter can also have Nightshade. Okay, cool. So let's see here. Where is my Kricketune? Ah, dang. That's fine. boss we get? This Magus? Okay. I'm gonna beat it just to get some more money. So the thing about EX is that there isn't any ranks. So they're, the Pokemon will just get indefinitely stronger. So it doesn't really matter like how many stages we beat and whatever. And the only Pokemon I care about is, again, Nightshade Pokemon. I can use Garchomp for the majority of EX 1 and 2. So I'm just literally getting some setup for the rest of for EX 3 and 4, pretty much. I have 2. I just need 1 more. I just want to get 1 or 2 more, and then I'll be good. And then I can get Nightshade without having to get it on a Pokemon already. This is part of what goes into like making certain route decisions and stuff for like no passwords. I just have to take more into consideration than I would for if I was doing passwords. I already have Pokemon that I can use for fighting, but I'm strictly relying on Pokemon from the levels that I go to. Didn't get any Gengar. I can also try buying some Pokemon, but it's really expensive, and I want to try and keep my money kind of low right now. Wow, I was unlucky. But I don't know if I finished saying it, but since there isn't any ranks, it'll take, each room is just random, and it'll just take random rooms from any difficulty in the game.
Do I have time to hop in for a second?
Yeah.
So it was a little bit ago. Unfortunately, I didn't get to it right away, but we did get an anonymous donation of $5. No message, but we still appreciate it. And this is, of course, for Stack Up. It is the charity this event is for, is to help the mental health of veterans through gaming. Exclamation point charity in the chat will give you the donation link and some more information about it. And of course, if you can't donate, that's all right. These times are indeed tough, but anything does help.
For sure. Thanks for the donation. Very hype. That was just an unfortunate room. That was the last room as well, so, or one of the last rooms, so it was kind of irrelevant if I died in there. Nothing that I needed in there dropped, so getting a little unlucky here, but we were really lucky for the first hour and a half of this speedrun, to be honest. So it is okay to have a bit of a grind sesh. Okay. Ooh, some Gengar. That's fine. Okay. All right, so now that we got our Gengar that we need, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the lowest rank that I can, which is rank C normal, and I'm gonna try buying Nightshade. The reason I'm going to rank C is just because it's the cheapest, so I can use the least amount of money, give myself the most chances. So I'm gonna sit here and pray that I get the... Ooh, no, that's not bad. There's other moves that I can also get. Protect, Torment, Mean Look. I feel like there's probably another one or two that wouldn't be too bad as well. That would help my Pokemon as in the Battle Royales, but I really only care about Nightshade. The other option that I would do here is just keep grinding in those stages for Nightshade, like to be already on the Pokemon, which would just be trying to get Dusknoir and Gengars to drop. I got Protect on here. That's pretty good. I can also just mash at this point because I already have Protect, but I feel like sometimes the RNG might depend on how fast you're doing the mashing. There literally is no way of knowing of like how to get the move that I need other than just keep trying. We're getting close. We got ghost type moves. Nah, that's not a ghost type move. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. No, come on, come on, come on, come on. Torment. Yeah, this is gonna happen. So what it's doing, it's literally just picking one of the moves that it can learn from any of its move pool. That goes for TMs as well. So it's going through like all the TMs and all the learn up moves that it can, or level up moves that it can learn, and just picking one of them. This is just unlucky. It usually doesn't take this long. Let's try switching over. Whoop! Not to you. If you want to like look at it like what's the chance of getting it, it's pretty much just however many moves they can learn in the game. One out of that many moves. There we go. There's one of them. I want to get 3, ideally. And I'm basically just making a moveset with whatever the game gives me. Whatever else the game gives me. Try again with this guy. Because this has Protect, and Protect would be really, really nice to have on a Nightshade Pokemon. Come on, video game. Keeps giving me torment. It's tormenting me, man. Wow. Back at Energy Ball. Oh, hey, Giga Drain. That's a new one. Nightshade? Yeah? No? Nightshade? Oh, okay, now. Nightshade? Don't worry, it'll happen. I promise. You guys saw it. It'll happen. I don't know why it's taking this long. Come on, video game. Please, feel free to send energy. Send your Nightshade energy. I hope I did not. Okay, we're good. Sometimes I've sold moves on accident. Or learned over moves. Ah, come on, man. There we go. One more. One more, and then we'll be good. I usually go for 2, but I'm gonna play it safe and go for 3. This is why I gave myself an estimate the way that I have it. Ooh, mean look, that was close. Come on. And this is perky, which is a very good special trait to have. Perky will just mean that it'll use its moves faster. Pretty sure. Or it won't get stunned faster. Or it won't be stunned as long. Something like that. Aw, come on, game. We got it, boys. Guys, gals, and non-binary pals, we are ready to rumble. I hope you guys are ready to rumble, because I'm ready to rumble. Alrighty. So, EX 1 and 2 are generally pretty easy. The Pokemon aren't that strong. It's kind of similar to, you know, how your first 2 levels would go normally. They're not that hard. They're still difficult. They'll still be strong. I have to be careful still, but generally I can play a little bit more risky. But once we get to EX3 is when everything gets a lot harder, and is why I need Nightshade. And you'll see why I'll need it later, like once we get there. But for right now, we're gonna try our best to do the majority of EX 1 and 2 with this Garchomp, since I have Earthquake with it. Pretty much just try to finish Earthquake, like using Earthquake alone, these first 2 Battle Royales, and then we'll worry about the last 2. Because we only have 3 Pokemon, like we're only able to use 3 Pokemon for 1 Battle Royale. So even if I were to get more than 3, I can only use 3 in that 1 attempt. I could use more if I were to die, but ideally I won't die. So. We're just circling. Taking our time. Because the bosses are going to have a lot of health regardless. Now round 2. So EX will have round 1, and then I'll have a round 2. So we'll have 3 Pokemon that we'll be able to use during that first round, and then if you die or take damage, it'll carry on to the next, to the next battle royale. But you can use another. You get another 3 lives basically. So the lives don't carry over, but the Pokemon that die do. So it's still a punishment. Ooh, that was spooky. Okay. So it'll also use the same, it'll use the same dynamic where it'll have a wave of Pokemon from each stage, but it'll be any Pokemon that can be in any of those particular ranks. So advanced rank C or normal rank C could have been in here. But the bosses are going to be the boss of normal for EX1-1, and then bosses for advanced for EX1-2. Well, little unfortunate with the frost, but not that bad. We did it without dying. So we're going to do the same thing, but in EX2, so it's going to be a lot harder. Difficulty spike's going to be raised. It actually gives you a little difficulty star pointer or whatever, star counter. But right off the bat, everything is a lot bulkier. Also faster. Their moves come out a lot faster. I need to get out of here. Oh, spooky. Okay. So, similar format where it's the 4 bosses. I have to make sure that one of the bosses die before I can get the last one to spawn. Ooh, okay. But these Pokemon are just way freaking stronger and scarier. Their moves come out like literally twice as fast. I can't do nearly as riskier strats, just literally because I will get hit. But Alakazam is still really, really weak overall. Its defense stats are still low. So I typically will go for the Alakazam just because that's most likely the only one that will die pretty quickly. Alrighty. Vine Whip is very freaking good in this game. It comes out super fast, and it's like a multi-hit move for some reason. So you have to be very careful whenever Vine Whip is coming at you. I also want to be very careful with this Machamp. Machamp has Cross Chop, which is another multi-hit move, and it's absolutely busted. Has ridiculously large amounts of like the hitbox is humongous. It has like I think 6 active hitboxes out at the same time, and it's pretty nutty. So that was pretty good. EX2. It's gonna have our same formula. Don't get hit. That was actually a pretty good start. So similar to the beginning, or let's like to the first time around, we don't want to have our evolutions and we don't want to have Sheldon. But luckily Earthquake is freaking dummy powerful against these guys. But we got a lot of Magathon, so that was pretty good. Like just being able to make the waves go by a lot faster, just because of the Pokemon that spawn, sometimes is going to be like a big factor. Like sometimes I really can't do too much about the Pokemon that are that spawn and that spawn near me. Like right in all these situations, it's kind of hard to be standing in the best situation or in the best spot right during those transitions, because you're going to be surrounded by mostly Pokemon anyway. So you have to hope you get some good Pokemon that spawn that you don't get destroyed by. Okay, that was close. And also this Bastiodon is a big bully. He's really bulky, and he just his move is really fast, and he just likes to follow you. Ooh, okay, that was scary. So I pretty much like to just circle him around and try to kill everything else around him, because the only thing that matters in terms of continuing the waves is just killing everything else around the bosses. The bosses don't actually matter in terms of continuing the waves. So the only things that we have to worry about are it's like everything else around it. Once we get to these two, the Electivire and Magmortar, those are the last 2 bosses, so we can kind of start focusing on the bosses again. That went really well. Like, really well. Played it pretty safe. Didn't get hit. Damage is right there. Look at that. Okay. So now, the difficulty is going to raise again. So let's just see how this goes. EX 3 and 4 is going to just be... Everything will pretty much kill my Pokemon in 1 to 3 hits. And I need to make sure that that doesn't happen. The reason that Nightshade is so good is just because I'm able to get my distance away from these Pokemon, and the hitbox for the move is very large, and it stuns them for a long period of time, more time than it takes for me to load up and do the move again. So once I get to these Pokemon that are really strong, pretty much any of the attacks that I would do to these Pokemon normally would do about 100 to 1 to 200 damage maybe. If I was like normally to do an attack, even if it was a strong one, it would maybe do 200 damage. But since I'm using Nightshade, which has some weird stipulations, I'm able to do a lot more damage than I normally would. And that stipulation is literally just the fact that it goes off of the power of the Pokemon, but since the game has some weird coding issues, I wouldn't say issues, just weird coding with the game and the way that the move works in the game, it bases it off of not only your power, but the power of the Pokemon you're fighting. So that's why Nightshade is so valuable in these later battle royales. We do like literally quadruple almost as much damage as we normally would with a typical fighting type move or anything. Pretty crazy, all things considered. The amount of content that the game had, for what it was worth, is kind of crazy when you kind of look at the picture of it. So let me try and not die here. Hold on one second. So this game it kind of came out alongside of Pokemon Ranch, which was another WiiWare Pokemon game that is somewhat similar art style, but played completely differently. It was kind of like a Pokemon Bank, but this is like a full game. So like the game has like a lot of replay value for some reason. It's really weird, and honestly like people that play the game don't even know how to describe it. It just has a lot of fun replay value. It's really cute and simple, but it has a lot of neat tech and intricacies that make it more intricate as a speedrun, but also as a video game. There's a lot of content to like do with the game, and there's a lot of people that like to do their own things with the game. Like I've said, there's category extensions for the speedrun. The categories themselves have the leaderboards themselves have a lot of categories, and there is a fan game ROM hack of the game that includes even more content that the game had inside the game's coding. So I'd say like the game itself obviously has its like it's a Pokemon game and it's a battle royale style beat 'em up. Like it's a pretty basic, simple game, but it also has a lot of really cool intricacies, and it's really cute. We also have lots of resources as well. It's a fun community. And this strat was found just by a new runner. This particular category too. This category didn't have any runs on it. It was something that was... This category used to be kind of a meme, honestly. Just because of how difficult EX 3 and 4 are. But this runner, his name's Jelly, so big shout out to Jelly. He came in and just submitted a run of complete the game no passwords, and really showed how to take advantage of the game's intricacies and just weird gimmicks of the game, really. And he revolutionized this game, and he revolutionized the category as well. And this particular category is like way harder to optimize as well as passwords, because complete the game passwords is the faster version of this category. The world record is 1 hour 39 at the moment, whereas this category's world record is a 2 hour 23. So there's definitely like, ooh, okay, hold on, I'm scared. There's definitely differences in the categories, but the strats that we use at the end of the run are both the same. Just because of how good the strat is. We just have some backup with passwords. Scary. Kill this Gengar, and then we're gonna kill that Haunter. Actually, I'm gonna run over here first. I also want to make sure that I don't go out of time. I've said that before, but whenever you like make any of these Pokemon die, they'll drop money. And I'm scared. if the time goes down, the game doesn't give that a W to you. It gives you a 0, like a L completely. It doesn't count that as like just losing a life. It's just you lose the entire thing. So don't do that. That's a bad thing. That's like the main reason why beating the first battle royale at the beginning of the game with the Rattata is impossible. It's because you'll just go out of time eventually. Alright, very good. That went very good. We have one last EX to work on. So for whatever reason, after you beat EX3, the game brings you back to the start again. I don't know why, but yeah. We just literally go right back into EX, and we're gonna try and beat EX4. Whew, that was very scary. I was definitely dead if I got hit by any of that. Okay. Grab that coin, or the money. Really want to make sure I have enough time. Generally, it's usually fine. The only one that you have to really worry about is EX4 too. But sometimes you can never be too careful. Whew. That was scary. That was unnecessary. Okay. Alright. Okay. That's fine. Giving myself a challenge. It's okay. Good. That's a good amount of Magikarp, though. Oh, I got the Azov. That's unfortunate. Okay, let's get these guys out of here. Oh, goodness. Okay. You have to be very, very careful with these bosses. Their attacks come out incredibly fast, and they will absolutely kill me. Absolutely. Literally everything will kill me. It's very scary to be a Gengar in this situation, honestly. Yeah, that's like the reason I'm being quiet. It's just I have to pay a lot of attention to what I'm doing. So apologies if I'm quiet. Very nice. Very nice. So what I'm going to do is, since I took a lot of damage, I'm not going to start with this Gengar. This is going to be the second Pokemon I go into. So we're going to go into our other Gengar. One of our other ones, doesn't matter. And we're going to try and do this. Let's do it. 5-star difficulty and all. cracking my knuckles. Let's do it. This is where protect really helps. Being able to just kind of stand in front of them as long as I'm able to use protect before they use their attack. Very helpful. So, and also, since I'm a little weaker, this Gengar is a 1900 power instead of the 200 or 2000 power that I had. Since I'm a little weaker, I do a little less damage, so I'd only do 400 damage to some of these Pokemon. The more powerful Pokemon, I'll do more damage to them, though. I got some pretty bulky Pokemon there, so I was a little unlucky, but that's okay. Okay. Okay, this is like not like it's like a good situation, but also kind of scary when they all bundle up like that, because I can just hit so many of them, but it's still a little spooky. Okay. So now we have these three. It's pretty much the same thing as S rank advanced, but it's gonna be a little different at the end. You'll see. He stole my kill. Okay. I got the protect up. That was actually frame perfect. That protect input. You have to. I had to hit that before the game stopped, like me from being able to like make an input. That's unfortunate. That's okay though. So this is why he's freaking difficult. Okay. Dang it, dude. Okay, so let me see here. Where is it? So he has oh, I think we got him. As long as I can kill him before the time goes out, we're good. Okay, we did it. And time's gonna be when we collect the coin. And time. Oh, whoops. Oh my gosh. Well, there we go. So that's Pokemon Rumble Complete the Game No Passwords. And that's also a world record. So there you go. 2:09:51 is the time that I got. I think I split a little late, but yeah, that's how you beat the entirety of Pokemon Rumble. That's how you get to the end screen and beat all the battle royales. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is something I've been speedrunning Pokemon Rumble since 2015. And I started originally in 2014, so I have been doing this for a very long time, and this is something that means a lot to me, and I'm glad that I was able to showcase the entirety of Pokemon Rumble, and especially to the audience that I got to show it to. Sorry for scheduling purposes for going super underestimate. I really wasn't sure. I did a test run yesterday and got like a 227, so like it happens. But yeah, so shout outs to the whole Pokemon Rumble community. Again, if you haven't done it already, check out thespiritum.com. Check out the Discord. It's brand new. We have lots of resources to just playing the game, getting into it, owning it, whatever have you. Support the charity, support the rest of the marathon. It's going to be awesome. Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it.